So you believe in the Bible, right? And you know that God, that's the word of God, correct?
Yeah.
So, but you saying you're Mexican, but you've never seen Mexican in the Bible. So can you be Mexican? No, sis, you're not Mexican. Your ancestors never called themselves Mexican. All right? When you read the Word of God, you'll never see African American in there. You'll never see Mexican in there, Hispanic. Those things are made up by man. Those are not God-given, all right? Give me Genesis chapter 49 and verse 1 and 2. Watch this, sis. I'm going to show you something about who we are as a people, right? You're so-called Mexican. I say so-called because that's not what God calls you. That's what man calls you. Read this.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
So Jacob is our forefather. His father was Isaac. Isaac's father was Abraham. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? So now Jacob is talking to you. He got 12 sons. He told his 12 sons, hey, look, come here. I want to talk to y'all. I got to tell y'all what's going to happen to y'all in the end times. Are we not in the end times? Yeah. So now, what did Jacob tell his sons that was going to happen to him in the end times? Is there more on that? Give me verse 14. Let's talk about his son Issachar. Read.
Verse 14. Issachar is a strong ass.
So now Jacob says, Issachar, come here. You my son. Come here. I got to tell you what's going to happen to you in the last days. Issachar is a what?
Is a strong ass.
Now, he called Issachar, he described him as being a strong ass. You know what an ass is?
I mean, according to the Bible now.
What about you, sis? You know what an ass is?
No, it's my 9-year-old.
An ass is a donkey.
Yeah.
A jackass.
Okay, so maybe it's the same in the Bible.
Right.
Bible,
Yeah, just go with it. So ass, God calls the so-called Mexicans, who are the tribe of Issachar, a strong ass.
Oh, so we're all donkeys?
Let's look at the characteristics of a donkey. I got you. What is a donkey known for?
I don't know.
Hard work.
Okay.
Hard work.
Okay.
What people on earth work harder than donkeys? Work hard as donkeys. What's the hardest working people on earth?
Well, I don't want to be judgmental about
Let's talk. Come on, let's keep it real. Let's represent. We're talking about Mexicans. Who paid this payment? Who built the houses? Who built the Arco here? Nah, we're going to keep it lit. We're going to keep it 100. We're going to tell the truth. What people is primarily building up Sacramento and all the rest of these cities?
I like a lot of Mexicans.
Mexicans. What people are in the unions? Well, who's your carpenters, your dry tapers, your drywall tapers? Who's your construction workers? Who's laying all the tile in the nice houses? Who's doing all these things? Who's doing the landscaping? Mexicans. Who's picking the cherries? Who's picking the strawberries? Who's doing these things? Who's making sure the stores is stocked with produce?
I get your point. Yeah.
Mexicans. So read that again.
Issachar is a strong ass.
God says the so-called Mexicans are hard-working people. That's what God says. Issachar's a strong ass.
They are.
A hard-working people. You don't get no harder-working people than Mexicans. I'm going to tell you straight. Read.
Couching down between two burdens.
God says the so-called Mexicans are really the tribe of Issachar. And in the last days, they're going to crouch down between two burdens. Crouching down, when you crouch down, right, you become more of a servant, right? So God says the so-called Mexicans crouch down between two burdens. The two burdens is what? Long hours and low wages. Like, you know Cesar Chavez, right? What was he fighting for?
For the rights of Mexicans.
Right, and where?
Huh?
In the farm fields.
Yeah.
Right, all up and down the valley. The 99, the 5, fighting for equal rights. Guess what, man? We up here sundown, sun up, sundown. And y'all paying us cents upon millions y'all making. Y'all paying us cents. So guess what? I'm fighting pennies on a dollar. I was gonna say that. I don't
Doing
want
it
to
to even the people out here now.
Right, but that's even like when you think about your nannies, think about your maids, right? Think about still in the fields.
Yeah.
They still not getting paid what they deserve. What they should be getting paid.
Yeah.
God says you crossing down between two burdens because you're putting in a lot of work. Some working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs. Some got their children out there in the fields too working. You working so much you can't even raise your children. You crossing down between two burdens. You working these long hours, but you coming home with little pay. That's a burden, because now the long hours you're taking away from being with your family, raising and instilling values in your children. And guess what? You bringing home this other burden with little pay. You can't even pay your bills. So now what? Your children's left unguided, unattended to. Now they go out and be prostitutes, go out and be gangbangers, Norteño, Serrano, La M, Mexican Mafia, right? These are the two burdens that God is talking about, Rita. Guess what? You also got a battle between Mexico and America, right? You trying to run from being succumbed to the cartels over there in Mexico and the oppression over there, and you jump the border, come across the water, and guess what? Now they're trying to put up a wall from your own land.
Right.
Being called an alien, an illegal alien. But yet I'm building this whole society up, but you calling me an illegal alien.
Right.
I'm building up your America, but yet you won't give me rights.
Right.
Then you throw me in prison and then ship me back. Now you separating me from my children. Guess that's what's going on at the border.
I've been through it all.
They got babies in cages and whatnot.
Right.
They lost families, like children are being misplaced. Don't know where the parents are, the mother, the father, know it, nothing.
They're kidnapping them.
Exactly what they're doing. Read.
And he saw that rest was good.
And God said in the last days, the so-called Mexican, who really is the tribe of Issachar, would see that rest was good. What you think that's talking about? Have you ever seen a Mexican wearing a sombrero, sitting and chilling on the cactus with the sombrero tilted?
I mean, I've seen the cartoon version, but
What is that called? Siesta. Have you ever heard of siesta?
no.
That's when they take their rest at noonday, right? Today now on a construction site, guess what? Noonday hit, it's lunchtime. Boom, pull out your little lunch pail. Hey, cerveza, cerveza. Cerveza's getting passed around. Now we chilling. We chilling for 30 minutes, right? Drink our cerveza, and then we go back to work. That's what's going on. That siesta, that rest. Read on.
And the land that it was pleasant.
So when you look at the land of Mexico, right? Is it not a pleasant land? Is it not a beautiful land?
Yeah.
Do not people go vacation there in Cancun?
They're just poor
In
there, but
Veracruz?
it's a pleasant land.
You said what?
I said they're just poor there, but it's a pleasant land.
If it wasn't a
Like,
pleasant
they
land,
grow their own crops, they take care of their people.
if it wasn't a pleasant land, the Spaniards would have never came and conquered it.
No, the ref out there is the cartel.
Right, but what I'm saying is, the Spanish conquistadors conquered
They
it.
come over here for a better living in hopes of a better living.
What
Our
I'm talking
government's
about,
so crooked, they're taking now.
right, what I'm talking about is the actual land, the resources in the land,
Yeah.
right? The land is a pleasant land, is rich in resources. That's why the actual Spanish conquistadors like Columbus, Hernan Cortez, actually came to Mexico and conquered it because the land was a pleasant land. Much gold, right? This is because California was Mexico, Arizona was Mexico, Texas is Mexico, right? New Mexico. These lands were rich. Texas is like America's biggest oil reservoir. That's a natural resource. It's a rich land. And that was all Mexico. So God said the Mexicans saw that the land was pleasant. It's a rich land with natural resources. Right. Read on.
And bowed his shoulders to bear.
But today in the last days, the Mexicans have bowed their shoulder to bear. To do what?
And became a servant unto tribute.
And become a servant unto tribute. Mexicans today have become servants unto tribute. How do you think so?
I don't know, but I gotta go.
Hey, your feet standing right there. I'm gonna talk as long as you standing there.
You're talking a lot of knowledge. It's just I got a lot
I know you got things to do. Did you get a flyer?
Yeah, I did. I wanted to take pictures so I could read up what
Okay.
you guys are
Yeah, we actually got a school over there on Old Placerville Road. Call the number, come check us out. Bring your family down, all right? Come learn more.
Where's your church at?
Off Old Placerville Road, the Rancho Cordova area.
Do you got like that's on the flyer you gave me?
Just call the number, y'all. Call the number.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity.